Hello, good afternoon, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time of joining us, my name is Olayinka Fambegbe, aka Mrs. Fam. How are you? Hope you're keeping well. How's your family doing? And for those who have subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. God bless you. And don't forget to always subscribe, like, and share my page. This is how we can all interact and engage with each other, learning one or two from the topics that I talk about. So let's get to today's topic. Today, we're going to be discussing about forgiving spirit. Yes, forgiving each other is really, really, really important. We need to learn to forgive each other. This will really help us to move on from one level to the other. I mean, it's just the right thing to do. I know it's hard. It's really hard, especially when people are people that we really trust, let us down. It could be family members, it could be neighbors, it could be from work, it could be anywhere. Anyone can offend anyone, but the good thing about it is to learn to forgive each other, because when we hold on to these grudges, to these vibes on our minds, we carry a lot of burden around. It doesn't help us to progress sometimes, in life. And because we just want to make sure that people who hurt us, get the same feeling, and they feel. I know it's hard. I'm not saying it's very easy when we get let down by people that we really trust, but the thing is, it's just best to move on. I think, because I've tried it personally, and I feel it's the best thing to do, to move on from whatever they've done to you, either from a relationship that did not work out, which is by no fault of your own, or maybe things that has happened to you when you were young, maybe something that your dad has done to you, or your mom or your brother has said to you, or your uncle or your auntie, and 50 years later you're still on, no, I will not forgive this person. Or something that your sister, your family member, your immediate family or extended family has done to you, or something that your colleague at work. Come on, move on. Move on, guys. Move on. Learn to forgive each other. This is what happens when we don't forgive each other, especially living as couple, and then something happens yesterday, or you're still on it. That's what you did last year. That's what you did 10 years ago. 20 years ago, you did the same thing. Come on. Auntie me, stop it. Stop saying this is what your uncle did, this is what your granddad did, this is what you're going to do, this is what you've been doing. Learn to forgive and forget. Let's move on. Let's move on from all this. This is what is going to happen. This is what has happened because of what you have done. This, that. Anyway, so what I'm just saying is, try to forgive and forget. We're only human. We hurt each other, and it doesn't mean the person that's your best friend today could be your worst enemy tomorrow. I know, so they say. But even if that person is your worst enemy, learn to forgive. We're not God. God forgives us. If we want to even think about, like in religion part, if we want to walk through that part, we should not even be angry with anyone, because, like they say, don't quote me now, I think they said somebody has to offend you 75 times a day before you get angry. Come on, who is going to do 75 times a day? Would we even leave the room for somebody to hurt us 75 times a day? No, we don't leave that room. So today, I want us to forgive and forget. Let us move on. It's about moving on. It's about creating a better atmosphere for our life, opening our life to a new chapter, bringing in good vibes into our lives, into our family, into our workplace, into our community. Everything that we do, we will start seeing the difference. A lot of us hold grudges with, totally unnecessary things sometimes, I'm telling you. We just get angry for no reason, so this is the time for us to move on, to become that person that we really want to be. To give that person another chance. That person that you think, oh, this person has done this and has done that, I will not, give that person another chance. No, life is not like that. Let us learn to tolerate each other. Even as parents, our kids, they do a lot of things to us, and still we forgive them. So if your wife has offended you, or your husband has offended you, or your girlfriend, or your colleague at work, guys, this is a time to forgive and forget. So today our topic